Yo, what's up guys, how's it going? Today I've got a bit of a different style video for you guys, and today I've just got to explain a few things that I think Bungie could do that would really make PvP 10 times more enjoyable, and these changes are really easy, and I think Bungie could easily do these, and yeah. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support we've gotten recently. I think 150 subscribers is pretty freaking cool. And I just want to say thank you guys. And if you guys enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get right into it. Now, the first thing I wanted to address is airborne effectiveness. And my idea right now is Bungie could reduce all AE penalties by just 10%. I know Bungie has said that they will not revert the AE changes, and I think that's pretty apparent now. But I do think that they should continue to add more ways to build into it, and I think just a 10% reduction across the board would make it a lot easier to build into and a lot just better feeling across the board, and that would just be a really good compromise, I think, for us as players and for them as developers as well. And I also know that Bungie is adding a helmet mod in the near future that will allow us to, I believe, have an extra plus 15 or plus 20 AE for all our weapons, which I think is a really good addition, but I do think they need to add more ways to build into it, because if you're not a warlock right now, I think you're kind of screwed for airborne effectiveness. I think hunters definitely got shafted for all the AE, and I think just adding more ways for all classes to build into it, I think is going to be a really good thing for them. And since I'm talking about hunters, I want to bring up these stompies, and my suggestion here is to half the stompies nerf that they did at the start of the season, or I think it was at the start of the season, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bungie recently has changed stompies to the point of where they work exactly the same way they used to, except when you're in the air, you don't have as much of a directional control that you used to. So if you jump in the air right now and you try to hold forward and try to move forward in the air, you won't move forward as much as you used to. I do think this is the best version of stompies we've had since the changes way back when. Obviously, if it were up to me, I prefer them just go back to the way they used to be. But if Bungie wants them to be not as oppressive as they once were, I think they should half the nerf that they did at the start of the season. Basically meaning you have slightly more control than you do right now, but not as much as you used to. I do think the stompies feel sluggish at times. They do feel sluggish. And I do think that's kind of unfair when considering hunters and Titans and warlocks have not had their movement exotics nerfed yet, and I think that's kind of directed at hunters, and maybe it could be changed. Now, this last change is kind of a weird one, but I'm going to suggest increasing the respawn timer in quick play by 1 second. Now, the reason I'm suggesting this is that sometimes when I'm playing quick play, I do think there's one too many people shooting me at once, and it does feel overwhelming at times, and I think increasing the respawn timer just by 1 second means that some Guardians get to the battle slightly later than they used to, and I think that's perfectly fine. And the other route of going about this problem is by making 6v6 quick play 5v5, and I don't think that would go very well, and I think this is just a better call all around. And this, at the end of the day, this is kind of a strange suggestion, but I think it's a pretty good idea. And I think the reason why I'm feeling this way for 6v6, and I have a feeling some other people do as well, it's just the checkmate changes that they did recently, making Guardians feel a little bit more tanky. And just, yeah, I think this would be really good. Now, there's probably so many other things I could say that Bungie could do to fix PvP, but I think these three right here would make it feel way better, and they are very easy changes that Bungie could implement quite easily, and I think they would just make PvP feel 100 times better. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. I always think, even though that Bungie doesn't always listen to us, I still think these are good conversations to have, because you never know, Bungie could add some of this stuff into the game. And yeah, with all that being said, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and peace out.